What's up, guys? We're back. I put together another compilation of videos that I found off of X. There's just some short clips I want to talk about, and they are, of course, they're gnarly, so viewer discretion advised. Real quick, you guys, we're running our fundraiser here for the International Battalion in Azov, the same battalion that I'm in. We're already at 68,000 out of 100,000, which is our goal, which is incredible. So I can't thank you guys enough for that. Seriously, words don't do it justice. Words can't describe how grateful this feeling is right here. So I just have to say thank you. Huge shout out to Preston Stewart and Zigas Pa. This is the charity organization that is helping facilitate this fundraiser, and Preston has been pushing the hell out of this fundraiser for us and largely making this number happen. So really appreciate you guys. If you are willing and or able to support, the link to this fundraiser will be in the description below, as well as the link to Azov's International Battalion application. We are recruiting. You do not need military experience to apply because you will be trained when you arrive. But any questions that you have, recruiters can answer for you. Fill out the application. It's a couple questions long, and then the recruiters will reach out really quickly. It happens very fast, so there's that. We could jump into this, guys. I found a good morning for those of you in the U.S., good afternoon in the U.K. It's probably around the time I'm releasing this video. I figured we'd start out with just some awful, disgusting, gnarly trench fighting. I shared I shared a story not long ago about an encounter that we had with FPVs when we were in a trench system like this, and how they were coming down into the trenches and just navigating them like Mario go-kart tracks. This is a good example of what I was talking about. Russian bunker right here. Dude ran out of ammo, switched off. Now dude's moving up to the front. He threw a grenade. This is a brigade that is also in Azov's first corps, right? The military recently did this transition to corps, and now there's the Azov Corps, which has multiple brigades within it. This is one of the brigades within it, and I forget the name of it, so sorry. But they've been fighting for a while, very solid. What's this one? Oh, okay. Yeah, this was just nuts. I haven't seen a perspective quite like this. It says, this is what rotations look like, meaning when you've done a rotation, you've done 24 hours or whatever it is, 5 days, 7 days on a position, holding a line on the zero line. Eventually you have to rotate out with the fresh group of guys. And then this rotation period is always dangerous because you come out of your secure area and you have to go find your extract vehicle, which is right here. And sometimes there's a lot of waiting in unsafe territory. Anyways, these guys are waiting to get extracted.
Там в газе! Іди заберися!
That's the whole video, but that is just, we've seen a lot of close artillery strikes, but one where you can actually see the shell impact, like see the shell, is insane. I want to see if we can catch it.
Там в газе! Іди заберися!
Ah!
Там Kamikaze! Иди забрышай!
Fuck, it's way too fast. But that's nuts, dude. That's crazy. And the reason this is happening is because there's no element of surprise or stealth anymore. These infill and exfil routes have been seen by the Russians probably 100 times at this point. They know where they're going. They can only go specific routes because of mines that are dropped onto the roads via drone. So you can almost just corral and make these vehicles go where you want to, and then you TRP the landing where the vehicle stops, target reference point where the vehicle stops, and you hit them when they're full of fucking troops. I mean, it's that simple, really. Not easy, but simple. This is just a banger, dude. Literally, it's a very short medics, Kazivacking, a wounded, and watch. Not even a flinch on these guys. Is this Da Vinci's Wolves? Maybe. Not even a flinch from these guys, man. That is just so crazy to me. I could watch this video 1,000 times. Dude, in other conflicts, and with Western military conflicts, if a mortar and artillery round landed that close to you, that would, people would have TBIs and all kinds of shit, and it's much different, this theater. And I'm not saying these guys don't have TBIs. They probably do, but they just keep moving, man. All right, this is Russians capturing a Ukrainian. I think it is important every once in a while to see both sides of this conflict. Plus, we see a lot of Ukrainians capture Russians, and they are so friendly and so nice to them. So I want to see if the Russians are the same. We know they're not, but...
Где ты нахуй? Да, плюс, да, плюс. Иди сюда, Кощей. Орен, я ярый, прием. Какие стволы были?
Калаши.
Одного взяли, другой застрелился, одного мы убили. У него есть станция, ствол где-то проебал, вот сейчас завалило. Чё ты, блядь, сразу нахуй не сдался, когда тебя просили? Хули ты пиздел, ебать? Ты откуда она? Откуда вот такой, блядь?
Покровка.
Нет, часть какая?
46-я.
Ходить сможешь? Давай быстрее, нахуй! Быстрее, блядь!
Куда выходи? Назад, я.
Аккуратно!
When I first clicked through this, dude, I thought for sure this was a black dude. And I was like, this got to be probably International Legion unit, right? And no, I think he's just dirty, it was just interesting. But when I first saw this, I was like, really? Because you don't see that very often here on either side.
Заходи, блядь! Пидор ебаный! Сюда, блядь, на колени, сука!
На колени, руки за голову! Пацаны, магазины вам! Что за автоматы были?
Калаши.
Какого калаш?
5,45.
5,45, забирайте, пацаны! Выйди с патрона!
Это что, один был, где второй?
Трое было нас.
Завалились.
So, I mean, it's not very eventful, but the Russians do take prisoners. We know that. We've seen it firsthand. No, they're not as polite, if you will, as the Ukrainians are, but it's fucking war. So Oh, I lost it. All right, we'll watch this one. These guys are, this is during an assault in Zaporizhia on a Russian position.
Знайди купу ненависті у мене в ДНК. Знайди хоч трішки жалості, це марно, це дарма. І залишків гуманності, яких...
So it said after recent artillery barrage, which is both sides use this technique pretty often, where they'll just hammer the shit out of an enemy position with artillery, mortars, drones, and then they'll send in an assault unit to scrape it up, clean it up. So these guys are cleaning right now.
Моє горло вкриває кров і кроки залишають кров. В крові моє мікров, моїй крові бурлить Дніпро. Криками край дібров наповниться і буде кров, і буде кров. В моєму роті кров, моє горло вкриває кров і кроки залишають кров. В крові моє мікров, моїй крові бурлить Дніпро. Криками край спагоріння газ.
Being this close, you know, I'm big on spacing, right? Spaces in between you and your other units, and this makes me so nervous, these guys being this close, but these guys are obviously trained. They know what they're doing. There's a reason that they are comfortable being this close in proximity. And they're literally like a cleanup crew, dude. They go in, anybody who's still squirming around or crawling, they dead check, pop up. Anybody that's not, they still dead check, pop up. Make sure there's nobody moving. Anybody who's alive and wants to surrender, they take those people and administer aid, get them off, get them out of the danger zone. Cleanup crew right here. This is gonna bother some of our more sensitive friends. This is a Russian. Throws this rifle at the FPV. Pulls out a frag grenade. Dodges it. And smokes him anyways. He may have survived that specific impact. Initially, but I can almost guarantee he didn't survive much longer after that. This is interesting. Ukrainian forces hold their positions. This brigade as well, also forget their name, is also in Azov's First Corps. So this is one of the brigades that joined in under the Azov flag. But these guys are just having a grand old time, dude. Watch. Hey. I mentioned in this at the beginning, we're doing this fundraiser. We've got like 150 something items in this fundraiser that we're trying to get for the boys. All items are going straight to the foreigners within Azov's International Battalion, the other Americans, Europeans, all over, Asians, South Americans. Thermals like this, thermal optics, thermal scopes, they are so crucial, and this gives a perfect example why. There's no way in shit you would see these targets but with the naked eye. No chance. But here, they pop out like a sore thumb with a thermal. Little things like that that'll give our boys the competitive edge, the advantage on the enemy is what we're after. The sheer amount of explosives these guys have is crazy. Multiple RPGs. They've got this AT-4, it looks like. Or was that NLAW? I don't know. Rocket heads, let me know in the comments. This guy was rocking the 40 mic back over here, launching grenades. Dude, they're going off. All right, and then this is another Russian clip. It's a drone team. And these are hard to watch, man, just because I've been in this position. I've been this guy right here. This sucks, dude. So, all right, let's watch. We'll break it down. This is Ukrainian vehicle. This is obviously during a rotation. They just dropped off probably these guys. These guys are moving into a trench line. It's probably loud. If they're on the 0 line, it could be loud. That's why they don't hear this FPV. I'm not entirely sure, but nobody even turns their head at this thing. Right into the fucking side of that guy. Oof. And then here, remember I was saying with the rotations, man, the surveillance drones know. They've been watching these routes. They know the logistics routes. So what the Russians will do, and Ukrainians do this too, is they'll just hide an FPV in the general vicinity. They know the vehicle is going to come drop off guys and do this. In the back of an MRAP or MRAP style vehicle like this, there's not much space, and an FPV entering here probably would take out the majority of the occupants. That is a crucial hit right there. That's probably a drone operator's wet dream. All right, we can leave it at that. It's a shorter video. Again, we're putting up a couple videos a day. Also, today I'm going to release that post where you can ask any questions that you want, and I will release some videos, or maybe I'll release shorts answering these questions. They could be questions about me, could be about my sobriety. I realized I mentioned that for like one of the first times in my last video, and there was a lot of people that seemed to resonate with that. I've been sober for it'll be 10 years next March, so like 9.5 years. It just, alcohol wasn't my thing. It consumed my life, right? And it ended up making me sick, and one day I woke up in the hospital with my whole family around me, and I was like, wow, I'm a fucking asshole. Look how selfish I am. You know, it's one thing if I want to kill myself by drinking my life away, but look at all the other people I'm affecting. From that day forward, I have not touched a drink, never had a sip. It doesn't bother me. I don't even think about it. So if you have questions about that, feel free to ask. If it's military related, you want to see my kit, you want to talk about infills, exfills, whatever, anything under the sun, let me know in the comments of this post. And then after this first one, we will make it so that it's a members only post. So all the members can, because members are typically the ones more invested, the ones using, leaving comments, stuff like that. So this will be kind of a benefit for our members, and so I can communicate more directly with you guys. All right, you guys, I love you. See you in the next video.